Family feuds don't get bloodier than this. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best sibling fights in anime. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the scenes in anime that revolve around two siblings facing off. Also be warned that some of these entries may contain spoilers, so a spoiler alert is now in effect. No! Number 10, Rin vs Yukio, Blue Exorcist.
Is that really Yukio?
Finding out your brother is actually the son of Satan and was inadvertently responsible for killing your father is bound to cause some kind of friction, even for someone as patient and forgiving as Yukio. As the two strive to become the greatest of exorcists in the hope of one day getting revenge, Rin and Yukio have certainly had their tense moments. However, this all comes to a head when Yukio is possessed by Satan, who reveals that he too has demonic origins.
I know you're in there! Come on, wake up!
Overwhelmed and unwilling to hurt his beloved sibling, the battle reaches an emotional climax when Rin is gunned down by his brother.
Rin!
Number 9, Ragna vs Jin, Blazblue Alter Memory.
We finally meet. Brother.
Adapted from the hugely popular fighting series, we find our wandering badass protagonist Ragna the Blood Edge closing in on a powerful relic known as the Azure Grimoire. Unfortunately, because of the insanely high bounty on Ragna's head, he often finds himself running into a variety of foes, including his brother. Now, we wouldn't go as far as to say that Jin is a nutjob with a sadistic streak that deserved a good beating, but it's nonetheless satisfying to see the Grim Reaper lay the smackdown on this ice wielder.
If you want to die, do it yourself.
Brother, even now, you're merciful.
Number 8, Yo vs Hao, Shaman King. Technically, you could call Hao Yo's ancestor, but since he was reincarnated as his brother, we're totally saying this one counts. These two powerful shaman clashed multiple times after the villainous Asakura twin decided to turn up the heat and overthrow the Great Spirit, one of which ended with our protagonist having his own soul digested. However, the two end up in a desperate rematch with each of their guardian spirits receiving a major upgrade. Yeah, the ending might have been a little disappointing, but at least these two put one hell of a show on. Number 7, Ryuko vs Satsuki, Kill la Kill.
Congratulations, you have the honor of being my first offering to Junketsu.
Junketsu? Purity? Didn't know there was anything pure about you.
As it turns out, these two bitter enemies share the same mother as well as come from a legacy filled with fashion, bloodshed, and vengeance. While we would later learn this revelation as the series went on, it still does nothing to diminish the splendor of this battle. Armed with their respective Kamui, the first time these two locked horns, it ended with destructive results. Granted, it doesn't exactly end in Ryuko's favor thanks to Satsuki's immense power, but it was damn entertaining all the same and marked the beginning of one of modern anime's biggest rivalries.
I don't know, but the longer you hold out on me, the more pissed off I'm gonna get!
Number 6, Inuyasha vs Sesshomaru, Inuyasha.
When it comes to humans, I, of course, bear no such weakness.
While in time these two demons would eventually grow to see the value of humanity as well as in each other, for the most part these two were never on good terms. As a half-breed, Inuyasha has no love for his older brother due to his cruel treatment over the years, while Sesshomaru despises the fact that he's related to an inferior being and that their father seemed to favor him enough to hand over the legendary sword to Saiga.
This is for Kagura!
All this jealousy and resentment eventually boils over into some pretty full-on sword fights as these two brothers try to decide once and for all who is top dog. Number 5, Kagura vs Kamui, Gintama.
久しぶりに再会した兄弟への挨拶がげんこつだなんて。
You would have thought that a reunion between brother and sister would be a little more heartfelt and a little less brutal. However, upon seeing her older sibling again, the normally cheerful member of Yorozuya ends up trying to pummel him to death. The feeling appears to be mutual. With a hatred born from when he abandoned her and their mother, Kagura holds nothing back as the two beat the crap out of each other, so much so that it's almost hard to watch. Number 4, Akame vs Kurome, Akame got killed. In a cruel twist of fate, both these sisters ended up following the path of an assassin, albeit on opposing sides of the battlefield. While Akame found a noble cause and a true family among the group known as the Night Raid, Kurome ended up joining the Empire's most deadly forces, the Jaegers. As you might expect, their differing goals don't leave much room for a happy reunion. As painful as it is for Akame to have to fight her beloved sibling, we nonetheless get treated to an epic fight filled with mad sword skills and a whole host of corpse dolls. Number 3, Goku vs Raditz, Dragon Ball Z.
You were careless.
Though it was a brief encounter, Goku's fight against the alien menace that calls himself his brother is significant for loads of reasons. It's the first time we learned of his origins as a Saiyan, the team up with Piccolo against Raditz was all kind of awesome, and there's also the little thing about him dying at the end of the battle. Sure, in the world of DBZ, death is pretty much a revolving door, but for newcomers of the series, this was a bigger shock than you could have imagined. Number 2, Kenshiro vs Raoh, Fist of the North Star. Behold, the ultimate battle of testosterone-fueled manliness! In order to protect his beloved Yuria from the grasp of his ferocious older brother, Kenshiro engages with Raoh in a battlefield to the brim with all the machismo and martial arts you could ever want. Despite Raoh's strength, the King of Fists is unable to bring down Kenshiro, especially since he only went and mastered the ultimate Hokuto Shinken technique, Muso Tensei, something that even leaves a beast like Raoh shaking in his boots. Number 1, Sasuke vs Itachi. Sasuke's drive to take revenge on his brother for the slaughter of their clan had been established since the beginning of the show, but little did we know that the payoff would be this spectacular. Utilizing every jutsu and technique in their arsenals, these two lash out with countless weapons and cast all manners of illusions before their climatic battle ends with them busting out the big guns. The sheer scope of the fight, as well as its dramatic conclusion, remains one of the greatest sequences in the entire Naruto series, and with the amount of fights in said series, that is no simple feat.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.